get on here and I wanted to talk about Chrissy's situation. So this will be for educational purposes only. I want to make that a disclaimer before we get started. This might be triggering to some people because we're going to be touching on domestic violence. We're going to touch on the awareness of domestic violence. So, like I said, if you feel like this is something that you do not want to talk about, something that you do not want to listen to, I advise you to click off now. But I just wanted to make sure that I let that be known beforehand. So, there has been some talk about Chrissy and the situation between her and Rod that happened back in January. And it has been confirmed that she was the victim that he assaulted back in January, which resulted in him being arrested for domestic violence. Now, I don't understand why she feels as though she's obligated to come to YouTube or any social media platform to explain to anyone as to what has happened or what she has gone through, because for one, it's not really anybody's business. And I do understand that, basically I've always stressed this, that I only react to the content that's put out. This content was not put out by her. However, she did confirm what was being said by talking about it. My thing of it is this. If you feel like people are too invested in your business and they want to know so much about you, then you shouldn't be coming to your platform trying to explain anything or trying to debunk any details of what's being said. If you feel like people are out here defaming your name or slandering your name and they're not really talking about, they're not really giving real information as to what has happened or what has gone on with the situation, then you know what I'm saying? For you to get on here and try to say, well, if people are going to try to make money off of my situation, then I might as well just get on here and give them the details as to what happened. Okay, so as I sat there and I listened to what she was saying, she's a fast talker. So if you don't listen to her, you're gonna miss it. You know what I'm saying? So basically what she said is that she was filming him for him to get ready for a video that he was doing. He was cooking food for the children. He was cooking food for the house, basically, and she was recording him doing so. So she said that he had said something to her that made her upset, and she was just basically like, well, you can record it yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling good anyway, so, you can do it yourself, or basically something to that effect. So he supposedly had gotten on the phone with some woman that's supposed to be his cousin, somebody that she did not even know who this woman is. I guess he told her that was his cousin, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's who it was. She said that this woman proceeded to go off on her, and he allowed it. She was calling her all out of her name and, being totally disrespectful, and he just allowed her to be disrespectful to her. And she said she was asking him for the phone and he wouldn't give it to her. So she said that he kind of like, she's reaching for the phone. And the way that I was thinking about it, okay, so basically he's standing there, she's trying to reach around and trying to take the phone out of his hand, and he kind of just moved his hand up. She said it was some pillows, so she stumbled and she fell. And that's how she fell off into the wall. Then she said that he pushed her off into the wall. So it's either or. He pushed her or she tumbled and she fell into the wall. Whichever one, however she wants to play it, I'ma say it just like this. I'm glad that she's no longer off into that situation anymore, because there's no telling it could have gotten worse, okay? So I don't know if she's trying to big deflect from the situation. It seems that way because you saying that you tripped, then you're saying that he pushed you. So it's either you pushed you or you tripped or y'all tripped. And I'm still trying to figure out how y'all tripped. If he moved his hand back and you didn't like break your fall by trying to pull him and you fell back with him, then I don't understand how he fell back with you. But either way, like I said, I'm not going to try to critique the situation or whatever. Like I said, she's a fast talker. It's up to you to listen to what she says and what all comes out of her mouth. And I know she was just basically saying, people want to allow her business to be her business. And she did not bring this to the internet. However, she just wanted to make sure that if you're going to speak on it, that you have the correct details. But that was not... the things that she said out of her mouth was not written verbatim off of the police report. It basically said that she told them that she was having pain in her neck because of her being pushed off into the wall, this, that, and the third. But like I said, I'm not going to try to I'm not going to sit here and try to make her situation less than what she said it is because I was not there. This is a whole domestic violence situation, so therefore I'm not going to do that because I wasn't there. And me being a woman, and I'm pretty sure some women may have gone through or been through a domestic violence situation, or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to sit up here and poke fun because it's not nothing to poke fun at. It's not funny to me. Domestic violence is not funny to me. There's nothing funny about a man putting his hands on a woman in any way, shape, or form. So, I'm not with any of that. I don't condone that. I'm not for any man raising his hand to a woman or striking a woman or anything like that, like I said. So, she didn't know his background. Once she found out what his background was, that's what I'm just basically saying. When you are a single woman and you have children, it's in your best interest to make sure that you spend your time. If you call yourself trying to entertain somebody, you entertain them away from your house, away from your kids. They don't have to meet your kids just because they're entertaining you. And you don't need to rush off into a relationship just because you want a man so bad and you feel like he's the one. You know what I'm saying? And then you said this about the previous guys in the same situation has occurred to where your kids is getting these relationships with these people, building these relationships with these people, these bonds with these people, just for these people to be ripped from them because of what y'all can't get together or what y'all are going through as a couple. And that makes absolutely no sense. The same thing with stability and them not having no stability, them having to move here and everywhere and all over the place because she's not living within her means of what she's supposed to do with her money. Like, if you have all of these kids, why are you spending money recklessly? Why are you trying to keep up with other people? You cannot match nobody else's pockets but your own, so it's best you live within your means. So then that way you don't have to worry about getting evicted. You don't have to worry about keep moving. You have to keep moving here, there, and everywhere, changing school districts, having your kids in situations to where they can't even be comfortable. They're making friends and having to make new friends because, oh, mommy has to downsize because she went too far, trying to splurge and trying to flex over the internet, trying to make people think that she have it like that when she don't. So now we got to move again. You get these good houses, they be great. I mean, they be real nice, but it's like, can you keep them longer than a year? Can you keep them to where, I mean, like, why are you buying these things that you know that you cannot afford? Stay within your means and stop trying to mesh the pockets of other people around you and just live within your means. You have way too many kids. I don't know what kind of help you're receiving or what kind of help you're not receiving, but I'm just saying, like, you need to live within your means, and then you always want to go buy these cars and then you fit all your kids off in them. That's another thing. So it's just like you got your priorities messed up to where you're thinking about yourself. You thinking that you have less kids than what you have. You're supposed to have a vehicle that's able to fit all your children. Like, what if there's an emergency? How are you going to be able to fit all your kids off into that tiny car that only fits like what, 4 people to the max? I mean, splurging and flexing at its finest for what though? I mean, live within your means. Get the things that you know that you can afford, so that way you don't have to worry about having to move every 6 months, every 3 months, every 4 months. I mean, because consistency and stability for those kids is needed. Like, seriously, they have to have those two things, like having to bounce and jump here from there, and here from there. I mean, that makes absolutely no sense because you want to sit here and try to flex on people and you want her front and stunting for what? I have no idea when you have too many kids. Like, let's just be clear. So I understand that you have to sometimes make sacrifices. You have to downsize to do what you got to do what's best for you and your pockets. But at the same time, why keep making the same mistake over and over again as if like you haven't learned the first several times? And then to say, oh, well, you live and you learn and, you have to live, you learn from your mistakes. Are these mistakes or is this a pattern? It's a difference between it being a mistake and a pattern because you're making these decisions. So it's something that you want to do, but it's not working out for you. So therefore, why do you continue to keep doing the same shit day in, day out? And then to say, oh, well, people are saying that, I put men above my kids. Okay, well, it seems that way because every time you turn around, you have a new man off in your house, off in their space around those kids. And you paint the narrative that this man have all the things he's supposed to have. But then the next thing you know, you moving him up in your house around your kids. And then he's your boyfriend. And then, oh, we're getting married. And, oh, he's the one. Oh, he treats me like a queen. And then all of a sudden, you have people that that's going to dig up any type of dirt that they can dig up towards you to use against you, and then there you have it. Oh well, what you've been portraying on YouTube is not what it really is behind closed doors, because you and this man be having altercations, and for you to say that that's the first time that he's ever putting his hands on you, he's never did it before, I really kind of find that hard to believe. But if that's what you want to say and that's how you want to play it, then so be it. I just hope that you don't bring him around your kids no more, because this is the type of behavior that he has, and this is the type of behavior that he's displayed to you. So therefore, that means that that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you should wisen up, know better, and do better, and know and choose wisely on the company that you choosing to keep. Because if not, then this is going to happen again, and again. I mean, the cycle gonna keep repeating itself. And at this point, it just don't make no sense, because you're too old for it. And it seems like year after year, it's something new with somebody new. And when somebody say something about it, it's like, oh, y'all are jealous, or y'all just mad because y'all want her life. Are you serious? There's nothing to want about her life. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. I just observe the things that I've observed, and I react to them, because evidently she wants somebody to talk about it. Because like I said, if somebody brought something to the internet that I did not bring to the internet, that does not mean that I have to address it, nor do I have to prove or explain anything to anybody. But if you choose to entertain the bullshit that people bring to the internet, and then that show you confirming it, so therefore that makes it content for other content creators to pick up on it and talk about it. I'm just saying.